no, I'm gonna... No. Comforting lullaby. I'm gonna cry. This is horrid. Oh, I hate this. Wow.
Qui peut voir le soleil la nuit? Qui peut voir la nuit sans étoiles?
Oh.
Et qui peut quitter son
Heartbreaking.
amour sans verser de larmes? Je peux voir le soleil la nuit. Je peux voir la nuit sans étoiles, mais ne peux quitter mon ami sans verser de larmes.
For sure. Yeah.
Je
Absolutely
peux
shame.
faire de la voile sans vent. Je peux ramer sans rame, mais ne peux quitter mon ami sans verser de larmes.
Oh. Trauma bonded. Wow. The morning after the fire. Oh. I didn't wear much mascara because my eyes are really sore at the moment, and I'm so glad I didn't, because they would have been pouring down my face.
What now?
We do what I do and crawl up into a fetus ball, or go into the fetus position and cry. That's what I've been doing a lot. Just going fetus position and just crying.
Onion är kontant. En check ja. Ha.
Ja, ska i ja, i nu.
Jag tar rundan, my god. Det är väskvak. Attendion rashondia.
Jag tar ja.
Is this seriously all that's left? Christ. How the hell do we start over from this?
Despair brought traders in Wendat closer together than ever before. I hope the peace would last this time.
There's Pierre. Is that Pierre up there? can't tell.
The remains of their settlement didn't look like a lost home, but the bones of a beast that fed on greed.
Honestly.
He wanted to be a dad flaw more than anything in the world. But all I did was call him a drunk. And now, God damn it. Pourquoi lui?
The sick Wendat, Saranes. He died from his injuries overnight. I just hope my attempted remedy did something to ease the pain. We'll bury you properly soon. May your journey back to Mandu be safe.
It's not your fault, Christophe. He's in a better place now.
This frost.
The man in the black robe. He's missing.
What do you mean he's missing? We follow the frost?
Someone there! Pierre? I had to find the one who did this. He robbed this man, just like the wolf. What kind of mentor defiles his brother instead of burying him? What are you doing?
Crap. Look, this ain't what it looks like, all right? I was only gonna...
What? Keep quiet and hope I never found out? Just like you lied about butchering that white wolf.
How the hell do you know about...
I knew from the start, Pierre.
Yeah.
I just wanted to believe I was wrong.
I mean,
How can you disgrace the remains of your own kind? Disgrace anyone's remains? And why would you hide the truth?
'Cause I knew you'd react this way.
How else am I supposed to react? I tried so hard to make you understand us. I taught you stories, principles, the value of life.
yeah.
And now what? You throw those teachings away because they're inconvenient?
You're goddamn right I am. First off, you shouldn't care what happens to this filthy hustler. And I'm doing this because I need to, not because I want to. The only way to survive at a time like this is making the most of what death leaves behind.
That's your excuse for debasing corpses?
What do you mean, excuse? Leaving this guy and his shit to rot would be worse! Don't you Innu live by that whole waste-nothing rule? I mean, goddamn. Say what you mean, and tell me what's so wrong with staying alive!
You're missing the point.
Survival is not the issue here. It's the fact you do so without any respect for the fallen.
Yeah? Well, respect ain't worth squat if it kills you.
Excuse me?
In a perfect world, we'd be treating every stinking corpse like the second coming of Christ. But fact is, if you die caring for the dead, you can't do sweet fuck all for the living. So, you better face reality and get your priorities straight. Or you'll be burying Innu instead of saving him. Now piss off and let me work.
Sometimes protecting our people means learning to understand, not learning to fight.
compassionate.
Can I say one last thing? I think I finally know why we struggle to see eye to eye.
My t-shirt's wet from my tears. I know, Pierre. I thought, like, because they helped us with the wolf they shot, we may have, like, made them see a little bit differently. It's because you survive alone. You understand me, but I don't understand you. Ooh. It's because you survive alone.
I have a community to return to. A place to call home, like my ancestors did. But you don't have that. You have no one to count on but yourself. And I know just how difficult it can be to survive that kind of solitude. That's why, even if I don't approve, I know you have reasons for doing this. Besides, you're right to say letting the dead rot and taking nothing would be worse.
Then why throw a fit when I do it?
You cannot take without giving back because you act like those hunters with the flying canoe.
Do you remember that story you told me? About those men who hunted without end? If all of us behaved like them, always wanting more, never saying enough, eventually, this land will have nothing left to give anyone. And if the only future we can look forward to is bleak, barren, hopeless, what are any of us surviving for? This is why my people call life sacred and honor every part of it. Respect is what turns the wilderness into our home, into a future worth preserving. Treating it like an enemy to defeat the way you do, that only destroys it.
So, why waste your breath on me, if I'm the problem?
Suppose because we'll only thrive by working together because I believe in you. Believe in you?
You saved my life. You're living proof our peoples can learn to coexist, that mutual understanding is possible. I can't give up on you any more than I can give up on a peaceful future.
You really think trusting me after all the shit I pulled is the right call?
Maybe not. But I want to trust you. I want to give you another chance. Though, I'm not as wise as Chakapesh or my great-grandfather.
Neither am I. But if you're giving me that kind of trust, I don't want to waste it. You're a better friend than I deserve, kid.
For a moment then, I felt it. The power I had to make a difference. And I felt that, too. Pierre? Do you see that?
See what?
The winter spirit.
I need to make sure of something. I'll only be gone a second.
Sure.
Well, is it going to take us to Jeanne and Capitan? Where's it want me going? Oh, there. I walked past it. Does anyone get really itchy after, like, tears?
Was that?
Jeanne.
It can't be. right there, at the end of the path, when I thought I'd lost everything.
That's how I met you.
Tears and sweat. Yeah, I get really itchy like that as well. For somebody who cries a lot, I can't be allergic to crying.
Sorry I
Oh.
couldn't help you bury him.
I'm the one who should be apologizing. I mean, the stuff I put you through without realizing. I was so stupid and stubborn and short-sighted and I never wanted it to end this way.
You did what you had to do. We both did. I just wish I knew what we had to do now.
Isn't this the wolf you've been chasing?
Pelt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I kept hoping this one fur would fix everything the white men did. And I'm not sure if it's that simple anymore.
No.
I wish you two could have met.
Oh,
Me too. He sounded like a good friend.
he was.
I'm surprised you kept it all this time.
Even if it got me into trouble, it let me feel connected to God in a way. But in the end, I don't think he ever listened. And for all I know, he never has. Hey, do you have any idea how we're supposed to move past all this?
Not anymore, no. But I think we should start by going back. What's wrong?
It's him. You said he died, but I wasn't expecting to see him like this.
We did try to save him.
I'm sorry, Jeanne. I swear I
But
did what I could.
wielded
but
a knife at us.
I couldn't help a man who refused to meet me halfway.
No,
Oh.
it's not that.
I love Labradors.
I almost killed people because of him. I couldn't just sit there and let Tehan suffer, but what if he was right? What if this really is God's punishment for my betrayal? Maybe I never should have had faith to begin with. In him or in God.
What do you mean?
I was too obstinate to realize how far I'd strayed, until it was too late. So what's the point of believing any of this, if all it does is ruin lives?
Listen,
Agree. Augustine took things too far. I mean, he was going to poison people.
I can't deny Jesuits like him did terrible things using God as justification. And I'm convinced other outsiders will use the same justification to do worse in the future. Because beliefs, they change us. They can color the way we think, limit our perspectives, make us lose sight of what matters. And yet, I don't think that means your faith, any faith, is fundamentally wrong. Even if your faith's convictions led you astray, they gave you reasons to keep fighting too. I know that, because it was the same for me. And it's why Tehon Wastasta keeps saying he'd rather struggle than suffer doing nothing. So, if those convictions are why both of us are standing here, I can't truly call them evil.
Then, you don't think I should cast him aside?
I don't know. It's not my choice to make. I just think beliefs should inform who we are without dictating who we have to become. So even if you cast aside faith, never cast aside the courage and the compassion that it taught you.
I really wish Father Augustin had been more like you.
Seems they started recovering supplies.
Want to give them a hand?
No offense, but I don't think I'll be comfortable around that many outsiders.
Is that because you think we're irredeemable or something?
Worse, I think you're complicated. Every time we're about to see eye to eye, or realize we're not so different, something seems to go wrong. And I'm left wondering if understanding is just some naive dream. There are exceptions, obviously, but still.
Hey, yes, quit dicking around and help us out.
I just can't get over the fact everything is changing because of them.
Oh, we're just walking in
I know they're here to stay.
bushes.
That we need to learn from each other, find new ways to coexist. But how do we move past this, when every new path we've tried so far keeps ending in failure?
I'm not sure I'm the right person to answer that. But you may already have an answer, standing right in front of you.
Pierre proves understanding can be reached. Tehon's efforts forge thriving partnership. Understanding can be reached, I guess.
No matter Pierre's mistakes, you kept believing he could be better.
Yep.
And little by little, those second chances are what helped him grow as a person. If you can do something like that for someone like him, who says you can't do the same with them?
Because a child like me won't succeed where even Tehon Wastasta failed. Besides, Pierre is just one person, an exceptional one at that. And the others may not want to learn from us the way he did. I keep wishing that I'd never chased the White Wolf's killer. Maybe then I could keep believing an open mind is all it takes, instead of realizing how powerless I really am.
I know how you feel. Part of me still regrets boarding that ship back in La Rochelle. But regret can find you on both sides of the ocean. And staying behind would have only made things worse for both of us.
These struggles are what allowed us to grow. Ignorance or inaction does nothing but cause pain. These struggles are what allowed us to grow.
If I hadn't come to the New World, I never would have learned how to survive on my own. Tehon would have never told me what his people went through, or what men like Augustin did. But brutal as those lessons were, I'm wiser for learning them. And so are you. If you'd never left your home, you never would have seen what things are really like out there. You never would have learned French from Pierre, or the importance of understanding from Tejon. You wouldn't be ready to face the future, the way you are now. So even if there are unresolvable differences between us, we can't let them stop us from changing the things we can change.
How, then? How do we change the right things without changing who we are? What we believe in?
Stay true to those beliefs and persist. Don't fear change, embrace it. I'm kind of putting my personal, but I embrace it. I've had lots
Out
of
there,
changes in my life.
Everyone has to adapt if they want to survive. But adapting doesn't have to mean sacrificing the things that define us either. It's like deer don't stop being deer just because they shed their antlers, right? Our peoples didn't make it this far by giving up, and neither did we.
You know, this may not sound like a compliment, but you remind me of my great-grandfather. You spoke to Pierre?
Yeah. He agreed to take me to Quebec, just like he promised. It's not ideal, but better to go with him than by myself. Besides, he knows I'm more than dead weight by now.
Doesn't appreciate us, it said.
How about you? Back to Totuskak?
First, I helped the Homostasta's group with reparations, and then... well, I'll admit, I'm still not sure what to do about the Winter Spirit's grudge. But I won't let that stop me from finding a way forward. For all of us.
Hey, if this is goodbye, then I think you should take it with you.
But that's... I don't know how I could repay you for...
You already have.
I can't begin to tell you how much this means to me. So, I just hope this somehow makes for a fair trade.
You kept it. All this time.
I know you might not believe in what this symbol represents anymore. But I have faith you'll find your way out there, no matter which path you choose to take. So, promise me you won't be afraid of change either, all right?
I promise.
Yep. Ripples of these I can't read words. Yeah, they can still be about today. Cooperate, communicate, and expand their knowledge in the same way. Yep. What a game. In a word for thanks. what a wild ride of a game, covering, honestly, very, very current and important things. That one. Review codex. Did I miss a lot? Telmas Duster. Great grandfather. Occasions. Fauna. Yeah, I missed a couple. Narwhal. Missed one there. History.